Title: The Cursed Valley, a true horror fishing tale. Part 1: The Invitation. In the heart of Africa, nestled between towering mountains and dense forests, lies the remote and mysterious Mara Valley. Known for its lush greenery and enigmatic aura, the valley is shrouded in perpetual mist, giving it an otherworldly feel. The local villagers whisper tales of ancient curses and lost souls that haunt the area. James Carter, a seasoned fisherman from New York, receives a letter from an old friend, Samuel Nkosi, who resides in a nearby village. The letter speaks of an unparalleled fishing opportunity and tantalizes James with promises of a legendary catch that can only be found in Mara Valley. Driven by a mix of curiosity and the challenge, James decides to embark on this journey, ignoring the warnings about the valley's dark past. Part 2: Arrival. Upon arriving at the village of Kijiji, James is greeted by Samuel and the villagers with a mixture of warmth and apprehension. The village is a picturesque scene of thatched roof huts, vibrant market stalls, and a river winding gracefully through the landscape. Despite the friendly faces, James senses an underlying unease among the villagers. Their glances are furtive, and their conversations hush when the valley is mentioned. Samuel, though hospitable, seems increasingly tense as he leads James to a secluded spot by the river, hidden from the eyes of the village. The river is framed by ancient trees with gnarled branches that reach out like skeletal fingers, casting eerie shadows on the water. Part 3: The fishing begins. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the river, James prepares his fishing gear with anticipation. Samuel, sitting beside him, begins recounting tales of the valley's eerie past, stories of people who ventured into the valley and never returned, and of strange occurrences that defy explanation. He warns James about the legendary fish said to inhabit the river, a creature believed to be cursed and guarding a powerful secret. Despite the foreboding stories, James remains resolute, eager to catch the fish and prove himself. As night falls, the valley transforms into a realm of shadows and whispers. James casts his line into the water, the river's surface reflecting the dim light of the moon. Part 4: Unsettling Discoveries. Hours slip by with no sign of the elusive fish. As the darkness deepens, James begins to notice peculiar movements beneath the water's surface, unsettling shapes and flickers of light that seem almost sentient. An uneasy chill settles over him, but he attributes it to the night air. The sounds of the valley grow more disconcerting. The rustling of leaves takes on an almost rhythmic quality, and distant, mournful cries echo through the trees. Samuel, who had been quiet for much of the evening, now seems visibly anxious, glancing nervously around the darkened surroundings. Despite his growing unease, James remains focused on the fishing, driven by a mix of determination and curiosity. Part 5: The Haunting Presence. In the dead of night, as the moon hangs high in the sky, James feels a powerful tug on his fishing line. His heart races with excitement and fear as he struggles to reel in his catch. When the fish finally emerges from the water, it is a sight to behold. Its scales glisten with an unnatural iridescence, and its eyes are hollow, reflecting a deep, unsettling darkness. As James examines the strange fish, a cold breath grazes his neck, and he hears faint whispers in an unfamiliar language. The whispers grow louder, and shadows begin to dance around him, distorting the familiar landscape into a nightmarish scene. Part 6: The Curse Unleashed. The atmosphere grows increasingly oppressive as James realizes the gravity of his situation. The valley seems to come alive with sinister intent. The trees creak and groan as if in protest, and an icy wind howls through the darkness. Samuel, now visibly terrified, reveals the true nature of the fish and the curse it represents. The fish is believed to be a guardian of an ancient evil that has been bound to the valley for centuries. By catching it, James has inadvertently unleashed the curse, putting himself and the valley at risk. The river's waters churn and bubble as if boiling with anger, and James is overwhelmed by a profound sense of dread. Shadows coalesce into figures that seem to reach out towards him, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent. Part 7. The Escape. Panic grips James as he attempts to flee from the cursed valley. The once familiar landscape has transformed into a maze of darkness and terror. The trees twist and writhe, their branches forming a labyrinth that traps him in a nightmarish cycle. Every turn reveals new horrors, ghostly apparitions, distorted faces, and eerie, disembodied voices. Samuel, despite his fear, leads James towards the village, but the path is fraught with obstacles and supernatural phenomena. The village lights seem a distant beacon of hope as James struggles through the oppressive darkness. With sheer willpower, he and Samuel manage to navigate the treacherous terrain and reach the village. Exhausted and shaken, James is aided by the villagers who help him escape. The valley remains a place of dark legend and fear, and James leaves with a haunting memory of the curse that still lingers in the shadows of Amara Valley.